Hey guys, Suraj Thacker here with Kombo.com. We're here checking out Rift Plains of Telara, here with Lindsay, Morgan, Lockhart. She's going to introduce herself.
I am the lore lead in charge of the Defiance on the Rift of Plains of Telara team.
So we're just checking out Rift, and so Lindsay, did you want to just walk us through some of the features of the game?
Sure. Yeah, Telara has most of the features you would expect from a AAA MMO, and the features that we have that we really think distinguish us are a highly customizable class system in which you actually progress through one of 4 basic callings: the fighter, the warrior, the rogue, the mage, and the cleric. But then as you go, you collect a number of souls within that calling that give you different classes that you can customize together, or you could focus on one if you like. You can make different combinations of all of them, and they really are very adaptable. You build these to be the character that you want to play. The other thing that's really distinguishing about us is our dynamic world technology. The first feature that we have that we're actually really stressing with this dynamic world is our rift system. Rifts can appear anywhere, and they can appear in numerous intensities, and they can have far-ranging effects if they are not dealt with. And if you're playing in an overworld, you might notice that there's a rift or a tear appearing on the horizon. As that opens into a rift, it changes the sound, it changes the textures, it changes everything about the environment, and it's also a highly variable encounter system that's very fun, and also has potentially farther-reaching consequences on the shape of the world. And that really ties together with our dynamic world story, which is one in which the world is kind of on the brink of destruction, and all these different planes are merging with the world and creating all these different changes.
So you were talking about the Rift and the planes and all those things. So it seems like there's a really deep and rich lore behind the game. So could you talk about that? I mean, where did you what was the influence for that? And okay. Is that material that you guys wrote, or is that based off of some other material?
Sure. Yeah. No. Our lore is a completely original IP. We have been building it up over time. This is a project that's been in development for a couple of years, and so the lore has been building with that. I mean, we tried to create a world that would really allow us to have a lot of change, and to have a world that's constantly changing shape. And so that's why the idea of Telara is this intersection of planes and these planar invaders that are trying to change the world to look more like their own, and to release these gods of great power that are associated with these planes. The story really strongly supports that, but it also, there's a lot of small stories and a lot of big stories. We have some characters. The character of Asha, our sort of signature woman, she has a very detailed and rich backstory, and most of our major characters do as well, and they all tie together to really help us create this really interesting and I think very involved world.
Cool. And did you want to talk about the influences for the game? Or I mean, were there any other MMORPGs that you were influenced by when developing this game?
Sure. Yeah, we have a seasoned team of MMO veterans who have played on and played and worked on a lot of different MMOs. So, I mean, you're going to see some things in here that are familiar. I mean, we have a motto: if it's not broke, don't fix it. The UI is going to be familiar. We want that to be an easy entry to the game for people. So there are things that you're going to see influences on, and you're going to see things that are familiar. Instances, raids, PvP, collections, crafting, things you've seen in other games that we all know work and create a very good base foundation for an MMORPG. And then you're going to see us bringing our new things, our dynamic world, our customizable class system, and we're going to be adding those onto those things that we know are fun and well established.
And is there going to be a lot of grinding in the game, or is sort of player and player development, and then increasing your level? Is that going to be done can that be done in different ways? Are there going to be quests, or is it a lot of grind?
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, we have a lot of different methods by which people can advance. There are quests that could carry you all the way through to the end if you want, or if you want, you could just log in and play rifts and this sort of repeated dynamic world content, or you could go to group instances, or you could raid, you could explore. We definitely have ways of rewarding exploration and collection, and so there's a lot of different ways to level. I mean, Yeah, I think I covered all the big ones. But yeah, there's a few different styles of play. We want casual players to have something to do, hardcore players to have something to do.
Cool. Well, there you go, guys. Something for everyone. Something for the casual audience, something for the hardcore audience. So look forward to Rift when it ships.
Early 2011.
Early 2011. All right, there you go. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.